Hi everybody, sorry for the delay, technical problems. But welcome to Dare to Dream. I'm your host, Graham Williamson, International Intuitive, Evidential Medium and Psychic. And you're on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, radio, TV and podcasts. We're #1 internet talk network, Going Bold Wednesday. And my show, Dare to Dream, about spirit and psychic abilities in people. And today I'm doing part 3 of your various gifts. As a medium, most of my life, I've formed a routine that I do every time I'm purposefully going to do readings with somebody, or going to a group or meeting, or even going out shopping. I have a routine that I do. It starts first thing in the morning. I always ask for guidance when I wake up and say thank you that I've got a chance today to do the best I can for who I meet, what I'm going to learn or experience, and how I can help somebody, including myself. You see, being a medium and an evidential one, spirit are with me all the time, and I have to set parameters to work with them. Because you've probably heard that spirit have a different timeline to ours. Their time, as we know it, is vastly different. They'd be on your case 24/7, literally. So you have to form a routine and boundaries. And also, it's your attitude and preparation and your honesty I've found have been the main factors of working with spirit. I'll also discuss a little bit about the psychic side of it. And I've said this in many of my shows. Everybody's a psychic. You either listen to yourself or you don't. That's your choice entirely. And a medium, you can be a medium only when your vibration is high enough to connect with spirit. But not everybody is a medium. There's a difference. A psychic cannot bring your loved ones through directly. They have to be a medium. That's my opinion. And I know it sticks in people's craw and say, oh, I went to a psychic and they told me all about blah, blah, blah. Loved ones who've passed. But the word psychic does not apply to spirit. So when I say medium, they're the people that I know and trust because they have raised their vibration to such a level, their energy, their love, their empathy, their compassion, their care for another person to help lift somebody up. 95% mediums never give a negative reading. Our job is to lift people, to make them feel better within themselves, feel more at ease knowing they've lost a loved one, whether it be an animal, person, or whatever. You see, we are all members of one race, the human race, but we're also spirit having a human experience. So when I wake up in the morning, I've got another chance as a human being, as my spirit, to connect to other people. So every morning, I come out with the same thing in my heart and soul to do the highest and best. Normally I say it out loud when I'm on my own because the vibration from my voice connects me better with spirit. If I think it, it doesn't seem to connect as strongly. Some people don't even bother preparing themselves to do readings. But I've been doing this, as I said, all my life. And helping you is my first consideration. But I've also got to respect myself and spirit. That's why I prepare myself. Meditation, eating healthy, drinking healthy, I like to be working with spirit when I'm tired, because Graham leaves. I don't consciously think of what I'm saying to people like I'm doing now. I'm not consciously thinking what I'm saying because I want spirit to help me help you. So I trust them, and by my preparation in the morning and through the day, I'm here working through this physical body by spirit. I am Graham still, and I'm answerable for my words and my actions, because the law is, you said it, you did it, you're answerable. Oh, you can't say, oh, well, spirit told me to say that. Oh, spirit told me. No, you're answerable. So when you're working with spirit, as I said, you've got to set parameters with them. Every night as well, I say thank you, but when it's my time with my family, my wife, or just alone time, only disturb me with life or death situations. And it works. And I say it every night. And I'll say to my wife, do you fancy going out? Okay, spirit, this is our time. I'll speak to you later. But to say it. You see, your voice carries energy. And to quote parts of the Bible, and God thought about creating everything, and then he spoke, and boom, it all appeared. I know it's a very bad paraphrasing, but you get my point. You see, you've got to listen to yourself, even when working with spirit, but you don't have to put ego forward. I've learned to use my body as my barometer. I know what aches and pains I wake up with in the morning, because I'm getting a little bit more mature now, as in over 21 and a bit. And I know what my body feels like. But when I'm working with spirit, with connection for somebody else, I pick up all these memory symptoms, aches and pains, stomach issues, headaches, toothache, whatever it is my body suddenly starts producing. It's from memory. Spirit are tapping my memory to activate in my body. Every medium, in one degree or another, their way, do similar. Because our bodies are the conduit. The divine energy passes through, spirit's passing through, leaving my memories 95% dormant. They only use what they need in my memories. They activate the memories and say, can you remember this? And I pass it on to a person, a recipient. My favorite one that I remember vividly is giving a reading in a church. And I was reading somebody on my left side of the pews. And on the right, there was 3 ladies sitting at the front, 2 daughters and a mother, mature people. But every time I saw this woman in the middle, my mouth started salivating. And I was trying to read this gentleman on the left, but these women were doing something. Well, unbeknown to them, it was just the energy connection. So I said to the guy, hang on a minute, and I love having a laugh when I work with spirit. My shows are about uplifting, making people happy. So I said, I'll be right back to you because they've got a teeth problem. I'll be right back. And I said to the lady in the middle, I said, can you take your relative who used to have really bad fitting teeth? She used to take them out to talk or to eat, but she'd keep them in for smiling and that. Her face hit the deck. How do you? I said, well, she's here, but I'm telling her to hang on a minute because I've got to finish this gentleman. I'll be right back. And she was in shock. And the 2 ladies, one on the other side, were in shock as well. I said, I'll be right back. So I went back to the guy, asked his name again, finished off the reading. It was a blast. But when I went back to these 3, the detail I gave quashed all their doubt before they even started, because they came thinking there's no such thing as a medium, a real one. It's all hype, it's all junk, it's all prepped. What I told these three people blew their minds. But I made them laugh. I made everybody laugh. My wife, Sandy, she's got a beautiful phrase for me. It's because she calls me the comedic medium. And I love the way that feels. But I'm a professional comedic medium. I have a healthy respect for myself, my family, who always come first, the spirit, and the recipient. And I say it in that order, not to be egotistical or anything like that. It's about preparation of self. These are my gifts. Each of you have your own gifts. But as I said, you've got to prepare to do readings. You've got to prepare to be a psychic. You cannot just say blah, 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 and everything's fine. It can be. 9 times out of 10, it will be. But you are answerable. It's important that you set your boundaries and your parameters. Never give a negative. If you feel somebody's terminally ill, you don't tell them that. I was told off for not diagnosing somebody with cancer. I thought, well, how can I tell somebody that they're not well? I was a medical intuitive. I still am, but I don't use the phrase. You see, every medium in some degree is a medical intuitive because they feel how somebody passed away physically. I'm not worried about that aspect, but I'm responsible for what I say. But I couldn't give a negative to the lady. In fact, I made her smile, but evidently she complained and said, well, he didn't mention about my cancer. I'm not omnipotent. I'm human. I'm spirit having a human experience. I have limitations as a physical being. My spirit is unlimited, but I have to work together between the spirit self and myself. I will not give a negative, period. If I don't feel comfortable with the recipient that comes to me, I'll make some reasonable, polite reason not to continue the reading. Even postpone it. Okay, come back another day. You know, because life's got all these problems. People have so much baggage that they're carrying, so much in the heart, so much emotional stuff. Why would you want to tell them, oh, you're not well, or you're dying, or you're going to split up with somebody? No. Your job as a medium is to uplift a person, elevate them, make them feel good inside themselves. And it's not in a dream world. You're not making, woo, look at this, the lights are flying. Oh, no. No, it's none of that. It's real. People are real. They have things that they've got to go through. My gifts, and I always say, I don't know what they all are, because I never limit the doorway and say, I can only do clairvoyance, clairsentience, whatever. I don't limit it. I use whatever gift I was born with that's innate within me. Each of us have gifts innate within you, which means you were born with them. You were created with them. It's whether you use them or not is your choice. But your choice is your responsibility. And even though this is the third part of using your various gifts, it's one of the most important parts. I've done little demonstrations of people asking me questions and all this sort of thing. And that's fine. But I want to stimulate you to realize without the boundaries, you can get lost. Without preparation, you can get lost. So preparing yourself, eating right, looking after yourself, helps you connect better with spirit, with a healthy mind and healthy body and a healthy heart. And that's metaphorically speaking. As I said, I love working when I'm tired. Because my mind's always racing and all that, as Graham, when I'm not working with spirit. I'm creating things, making things, doing things, communicating with my wife and family and all this. I'm always busy. But when I'm with spirit, I love to be just laid back and just let it flow. As one of my very good friends says, let it go. She's a very gifted angel card reader. And her favourite thing is let it go, and sings it out loud. And it uplifts the energy in the group that we're with. You see, when somebody is honest and without the boundary of ego, the energy is unstoppable. It's fantastic. You can say anything from your heart with love. But I always reiterate, you've got to be responsible for what you say. None of us know the exact time of our going back to spirit. None of us. Not down to the split second. So every single day I treat as Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. I wake up in the morning, I've arisen. I'm not being detrimental to any religious belief at all. This is a simple statement from my heart. Easter, I've risen. I have a chance to do something good. Thankful I've woken up in the morning and able to do that. And the fact I have makes it my Christmas day. It's a present, another wonderful 24-hour present. And my resolution for the new year is to do better tomorrow. So every day can be Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. And it's not about living with your head stuck up in the clouds. Because you're human with a spirit connection. Spirit are working through you. Your spirit's working through your body. It animates it, that life force, that energy. No scientists have as yet defined definitively what activates our physical body and our spirit. Not to my knowledge, anyway, so I could be wrong. You see, I know my limitation in knowledge, but when I work with spirit, the Akashic records, they give me so much more information. I don't know half the stuff, but somehow I do. And it's coming from my superconscious spirit connection. Because each of us are born with those gifts, psychic and some mediumistic. And that's why Dare to Dream is to take away the limitation of life. Think about it. To take away the limitation of life. I know my physical body is going to stop working. I die physically. But that doesn't worry me. It only worries me how I'm going to die. Of course. I've been in the services. I've seen stuff. I've been involved in too many things and survived too many things not to go, oh, I don't want to go there. Oh, no. But spiritually, I know I'm not going to cease functioning, growing, maturing, learning, connecting. I've taught with spirit all my life. Even my grandfather saved my life many years ago, and my brothers and sisters at the movie theatre, sorry. And then one of my good friends drew a picture of him no physical pictures she's seen. She didn't even know my grandfather. And she's passed away. And yet she still comes to the artist of my grandfather, Diane Matthews. Beautiful soul. And I feel her still. And her daughter is like my daughter. Daughters. My apologies, girls. I love them deeply. The connection her mother gave to us. That's one of her gifts, connection. Her artistry was another gift. Her demeanor, her empathy, her love, compassion, everything was gifts. And yet she passed away early. It was her time. And now her daughter's having to pick up the pieces. But she doesn't realise her mum's always, well, she does. I apologise, my friend. But she doesn't realise she's got more gifts than she knows. They're different to her mother's. We are parts of our mum and dad. The chemistry brought us to what we are individually. My father, my mum created me and my 3 older sisters and 1 younger brother. And yet each of us have these gifts, but I'm the only one using them constantly. They all have amazing gifts, but they choose not to go there. And I respect that. I have other siblings, half brothers and 2 half sisters, but one of the step siblings understands it. The other 2 don't want to know it, which is fine. You see, I cannot tell everybody that you've got to do this. I will never tell anybody you've got to do this. I always give a choice. You choose. You came on to watch this, my show, Dare to Dream, today. And I thank you for it. So what I'm saying may in part be beneficial to your quest and knowledge of finding yourself, one or more of your gifts. So if you want to know more about your gifts, you can always contact me. And if CC's new computer is working, there it goes. Well done, CC. You can contact me on a medium77@gmail.com. Send me an email. Or you can call me on my cell phone, 352-409-1060. Leave a voice message. If you don't, I will not respond back. Your choice. I'm on Facebook as well, Graham Williamson. You see my face. You can always text me, ask me a question. I can do readings privately, in groups, online, text, whatever. I have no limitation of how to connect with people, but you need to connect with me first, okay? Because I do my shows every 2 weeks. And when we come back from break shortly, I'll probably have a date for you to come back. And yes, I'm going to do another You Using Gifts Part 4. I'm your host, Dare to Dream, Graham Williamson, international intuitive, evidential medium and psychic. Be back soon. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. I'm amazed at how Cece puts all this stuff together. She is the founder of this group and on WGSN, Going Solo Network, radio, TV, and podcasts. We're #1 internet talk network on Going Bold Wednesday. The variety of hosts and shows that we do. Look at that. Facebook and YouTube, more shows on Roku and Amazon TV. You won't believe the variety of people. So go to the website and pick a place of your feeling and choice. You can become a host like I did. I only started this as a trial about a year ago. And I love it. 5 till 5:45. And I can be a medium, psychic. I can speak from my heart all the time because I never write a script or anything. And you can always ask me a question. And I can do readings, but only in-depth readings privately off air because I don't go into depth online because, courtesy and respect. I am a minister with Universal Life Minister. I'm a reverend. And if you want to contact me, you can contact me via email at amedium77, that's amedium77@gmail.com. Or you can call me on 352-409-1060. Leave a voice message, please. Then I can respond. Because I'd like to do classes for people. I want to do one-to-one or groups because I've been doing this for so many years. I love sharing the knowledge of loved ones and spirit to people to show there's nothing to be afraid of when you pass away. Some people can pass easily. Some people don't pass easily. A lot of people die without realizing they've died. And they become encapsulated with themselves. But that's another story. That's called rescue mediumship. And I'm going to tell you about that one day. But you see, as your host, as an international intuitive evidential medium and psychic, I have to prove to you beyond doubt, the recipient, the loved ones that come through. And remember also, folks, that when you go to a medium for a reading and you want your mom, dad, aunts, uncles, grandpas, whatever, coming through, don't tell them anything. Don't tell the medium anything. Because they have to work with spirit to prove to you. So the more information you give them, the medium, no, it doesn't work that way. You see, I've been to many mediums and psychics. And you can always tell a good one or a bad one. And there are both around. But the best part is you can be 100% sure if you listen to your guts and you're honest with yourself. How many of you walked into a place for the first time and not felt comfortable or felt extremely comfortable? But if you felt not very comfortable and you've stayed and you say later on, I wish I'd listened to myself and left early, that's psychic. That's a physical. But if you listen to your guts more often, honestly, you become more accurate. It's like the pictures of the rainbow, the Dare to Dream picture just up there. I'm not very good at this, that's it. Pictures my daughter did. I will put to it over there. Just below the emblem there. All these things are family. Even the Tower Bridge picture, which has got kink in it, which is why you can't see it too clearly. But these are memories from the heart. And this is important for you to remember. All the things that you love and connect with, even the simple act of smiling to somebody you don't know, or open a door, or said hi, whatever, from your heart, you take those memories with you when you Passover. And people say, oh, I'm sorry, that person always made me laugh, or that person had a lovely smile, or he opened the door for me. You don't know what your actions and words will trigger in a recipient. That's exactly the same for a spirit medium. My actions have to reflect who I am, and they have to reflect what spirit want me to convey to you. And I love it when somebody says, no, you go wrong. No, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. No. Say one word or one phrase, and the door opens, and I boom, 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 boom. How did you know that? But sometimes I'm not accurate, which is fine, because they'll say, no, that was not very good reading. Then they go back home or go off with meet somebody else and they talk about it, and they say what I did or didn't do. And their friend will suddenly go, oh, can you remember we did this together? Or that's happening to me. Oh, that's useful. What you've told me that you didn't believe it, I do. So the message I gave to the recipient isn't necessarily only for that recipient. It could be for the next person or the person after. So that's why it's important you give accurate, honest wording to a recipient from your heart. Don't think about the ego. The second you open your mind thinking, now, how can I put this? You've lost it, in my opinion, my experience. I just say, I'm getting this. Take it or leave it. I'm not being hard, I'm being truthful. The recipient wants to know something. I say what I feel, and spirit are connected through me, telling me through my memory. You see, every single one of us have this memory. Spirit tap it. You know, when you've lost somebody recently or a couple of years ago and it's an anniversary, your subconscious suddenly starts, oh, I remember when Nana used to do this. She died in the 60s. I know my grandmother's reminding me by activating my memories of her in that period of time, in the 60s. Because you can only go by what you know up here, but you don't access it consciously. If you do, that's ego. There's a difference. You have to learn how to use your various gifts. When you buy a computer, it's got all the programs in it. You've got to switch it on. Then you've got to move the mouse to the cursor to the program you want to activate it. But it's all in the computer. You have to stimulate that program to work. Exactly what spirit do to your memories and your feelings. Your body is your computer. You feel sensations. Oh, I remember when I burnt. Oh, did you hurt your arm the other week? Or whatever it is you're going to say in relation to an injury. How do you know about that? I love it when somebody says, oh, I said, don't tell me. I said, you've got back calf issues or ankle or whatever it is. How do you know that? Well, I was a runner. I used to suffer all these sorts of injuries. So my memory has been activated by spirit for that person to say, you've hurt your leg, haven't you? Or did you hurt your leg? Yes or no? If they say no, okay then. But that's what I'm picking up. See, I'm not going to backtrack. I'm not going to take it away and say, oh, I never said that. If it's wrong. It's not wrong if it comes from your heart. You have to learn to use your gifts. I said it purposely 2 ways there. Because you have a choice. Do you want... Hang on, change the track. Before I go, it's coming up to Christmas. Think about what I said at the start of this show. Christmas can be every day. It's a state of mind from your heart. To see all the lights. I want to wish each and every one of you, before Christmas, a happy time. But I will be here on the 21st, Wednesday, December, 5 o'clock. technical issues pushed aside, I will be here at 5 o'clock. But I want to thank you for being here today. And as I said, if you want to contact me, email me at amedium77@gmail.com or contact me by telephone 352-409-1060. Leave a voice message, please. Contact me on Facebook Messenger, no problem. But I will only give you guidance from my heart and spirit. I will do readings for you more in depth, privately, one-to-one or groups, whatever you want. Okay? But I want to thank you for being here on my show, Dare to Dream. I'm your host, Graham Williamson, International Intuitive, Evidential, Medium and Psychic. And you're on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, radio, podcasts and TV. We're the #1 internet talk network. Yes, Going Bold Wednesday. We've reached over 2 million views. Go to the website. Join us as a host or guest. If you want a reading, let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Because by that way, you're connected like I do with Spirit, you're doing through the internet. And we can get bigger and bolder on Wednesday. Live WGSN-DB hosts. I'm your host, Graham Williamson, International Evidential Medium and Psychic. This is Dare to Dream, and we're closing down for the day. See you in 2 weeks' time. Merry Christmas, and thank you for being here.